Tom, have you ever wanted to change careers but worried about one interview question?
You mean, why are you changing careers?
Exactly. Many people spend months learning new skills, updating their resume, and preparing for interviews. But when they hear this one question, they suddenly don't know what to say.
I understand. I'd probably say, I just wanted a new challenge. Or maybe, I wasn't happy in my last job. Is that okay?
Maybe. But here's the problem. Those answers are honest, yet they don't always build confidence.
Really? Then what are interviewers actually hoping to hear?
That's exactly what we'll talk about today. We'll show you why this question is much more important than it looks, how to avoid the answers that quietly hurt your chances, and a simple way to explain your career change with confidence.
Good, because I think this is one of the hardest interview questions.
It can be, but once you understand what this question is really testing, your answer becomes much easier. So let's get started. Before we learn how to answer this question, we need to understand something important. Most candidates think the interviewer is asking, "Why did you leave your old career?" But that's usually not the real question.
Really? Then what are they actually asking?
They're trying to answer one simple question. Can I trust this person's decision? Changing careers isn't a problem. People do it all the time. Teachers become project managers, retail workers become office assistants, engineers become sales professionals. Career changes are normal. The interviewer already knows that. What they don't know is whether your decision is thoughtful or just emotional.
So they're not judging the career change itself, they're judging the reason behind it.
Let's look at two different answers. Candidate A says, "I hated my old job. My manager was difficult, the work was stressful, so I decided to change careers." Now, is that answer honest? Yes, but what does it tell the interviewer? It tells them what the candidate wanted to leave. It doesn't tell them what the candidate wants to build. Now listen to candidate B. "While working in customer service, I realized I enjoyed solving business problems and working with data, so I started taking online courses and practicing Excel. That's why I'm now looking for an analyst role." Do you hear the difference? The second candidate isn't just leaving something, they're moving toward something. That gives the interviewer confidence.
So the answer talks about the past, the second answer talks about the future.
Exactly. And that's what interviewers love to hear. They want to see direction, not frustration, purpose, not escape, preparation, not impulse. Because hiring someone is an investment. Companies don't just ask, "Can this person do the job?" They also ask, "Will this person stay? Will they keep learning? Will they still be excited 6 months from now?" That's why your reason matters.
Cece, can I ask something?
Of course.
Do you think if I answered, I just wasn't happy in my old career?
Honestly, the first question in my mind wouldn't be, "Was the old job bad?" It would be, "If this person becomes unhappy here, will they leave us too?" That's the concern. Interviewers naturally look for signs that your decision is stable. So instead of only explaining what went wrong, help them understand why you're confident about the future.
Wow, I never thought they might see it that way.
Most candidates don't, and that's exactly why this question is more difficult than it looks. Now, does that mean you should never mention the problems in your previous career? No, you can mention them briefly, but they should never become the center of your answer. Think of your answer like driving a car. The rearview mirror is useful, but you don't spend the whole journey looking at it. You spend most of your time looking through the windshield. Your interview answer should do the same. Spend only a little time explaining the past and much more time explaining the future. Show the interviewer what you discovered, what you learned, what you did to prepare, and why you're excited about this new direction. When your answer focuses on growth instead of frustration, the interviewer starts seeing you as someone who makes thoughtful career decisions, and that's exactly the impression you want to leave.
So the goal isn't to convince the interviewer that my old career was bad, it's to show that my next career is the right choice.
Perfect. And now that we understand what interviewers are really looking for, let's build an answer that makes them feel confident about hiring you.
Okay, Cece. Now I understand what interviewers are looking for, but how should I actually answer this question?
The good news is, you don't need a long story. You just need a clear structure. Today, we'll use 4 simple steps. If you remember these 4 steps, you can answer this question naturally in almost any interview.
Great, let's do it.
Step 1. Briefly explain your previous career. Don't spend too much time here. The interviewer already knows what's on your resume. Simply give them the context. You can say, I've been working as a customer service representative for the past 4 years. Or, I started my career in retail. Or, for the last few years, I've been working in hospitality. Keep it short, just enough to help the interviewer understand your background.
So don't tell my whole career story.
Right. Now comes the most important part. Step 2. Explain what made you want to change. Notice the word what, not who. Don't spend your answer talking about a bad manager, a difficult company, or stressful coworkers. Instead, focus on what you discovered about yourself. For example, during that time, I realized I really enjoyed working with data. Or, I discovered that I was more interested in project planning than daily operations. Or, over time, I found that I wanted to build a career in technology. These sentences sound positive. They show growth, not frustration.
I like that. It sounds much more professional.
Now, don't stop there. Many candidates make that mistake. They say what they want, but never explain what they did. That's why we need step 3. Show that you prepared for the change. Interviewers feel much more confident when they see action. For example, to prepare for this transition, I completed several online courses. I've been learning Excel and practicing with real projects. I also earned a certification related to this field. I've been developing the skills needed for this role. These phrases tell the interviewer something important. This wasn't a sudden decision. You invested time. You learned new skills. You prepared yourself.
So I shouldn't just say, I want this job. I should show that I've already started moving toward it.
Exactly. That creates confidence. Now let's finish with step 4. Connect everything to this opportunity. Explain why you're excited about this role. You could say, that's why I'm excited about this opportunity. I believe this role is the right next step in my career. I'm looking for a position where I can continue learning and growing. I'm excited to apply my previous experience while developing new skills in this field. Notice something. Every sentence points forward, not backward. You're talking about your future, not your regrets.
So let's review. First, my background. Second, what I discovered. Third, how I prepared. And finally, why this opportunity is the right next step.
Perfect. When you follow these 4 simple steps, your answer sounds clear, positive, and well prepared. And that's exactly the impression you want to leave.
Cece, before we finish, what are the biggest mistakes people make when answering this question?
Great question. Let's look at the 3 most common mistakes. Mistake number 1, focusing too much on the negative reasons for leaving your previous career. For example, some candidates spend most of their answer talking about everything they didn't like about their previous career.
It's like, I didn't enjoy the work anymore. I was stressed all the time. The job wasn't exciting, so I decided to leave.
That's a very common mistake. Now the interviewer knows exactly what you wanted to leave, but they still don't know why you're excited about this new career.
So it's okay to mention my previous career, just don't make it the main focus.
Exactly. Keep the past brief and spend most of your answer talking about where you're going next. Mistake number 2, making your career change sound impulsive. Here's another example. Some candidates make their career change sound like a last-minute decision.
If I say, one day I just realized I wanted a completely different career, so I quit, what's wrong with this?
That answer can make the interviewer feel uncertain. It sounds like you made a big decision without much planning.
So I should show that I prepared for the change.
Yes, let the interviewer see that you took time to learn, gain new skills, or carefully think about your decision. That makes your career change sound much more credible. Mistake number 3, forgetting to connect your previous experience to your new career. Let's look at one last example. Some candidates act as if none of their previous experience matters anymore.
What if I say, since I'm changing careers, I don't really have any relevant experience?
Don't say that. You're changing careers, not starting from zero.
Even if the two jobs are completely different?
Absolutely. Think about the skills you've already developed: communication, problem solving, teamwork, time management. Those skills are valuable in almost every job. Help the interviewer see that connection. Don't make them guess.
So today's 3 mistakes are focusing too much on the negative past, making your decision sound impulsive, and forgetting to connect your previous experience to your new career.
Right. Avoid these 3 mistakes and your answer will sound much more confident, much more thoughtful, and much more convincing. Now let's see what that sounds like in a real interview.
So let's move on to the next question. Why are you changing careers?
That's a great question. I've enjoyed my previous career and learned many valuable skills. However, over time, I realized I was most motivated when I was helping people solve problems and building strong relationships with customers. That's why I decided to transition into customer success. To prepare for this change, I completed online courses, learned more about the role, and looked for opportunities to strengthen my communication and customer service skills. I believe this career is a better match for my strengths, and I'm excited about the opportunity to contribute to your team while continuing to learn.
That's good to hear. How do you think your previous experience will help you in this role?
Although I'm changing careers, many of my skills are transferable. My previous role taught me how to communicate effectively, solve problems, stay organized, and work well with different people. I believe those skills will make a positive contribution from day one.
Excellent. Thank you for your answer.
So, Tom, today we learned how to answer the question, why are you changing careers? And the biggest lesson is simple. Changing careers is not a weakness. It's how you explain your decision that matters.
Exactly. Don't spend your whole answer talking about the past.
Instead, show why you're excited about your future. Explain how you prepared for the change. And don't forget to connect your previous experience to your new role.
Remember the 3 common mistakes. Don't focus too much on the negative. Don't make your decision sound impulsive. And don't forget your transferable skills.
Now, listeners, it's your turn. Why are you changing careers? Write your answer in the comments using 1 or 2 sentences. We'll be happy to read it.
And if you found this lesson helpful, please like this video and subscribe to Focus English with CC channel.
And share this lesson with someone preparing for a job interview. Thanks for learning with us today. We'll see you in the next lesson. Bye, everyone.
Bye for now.